Christof Innerhofer. How about that conversation we had with him yesterday, talking about last year, came into these events concussed, and he said during the run was actually, as he said, blacking out. Well, not quite blacking out, but simply losing his focus. That condition lasted halfway through the year, and he said, in retrospect, maybe I should have pulled out. But when you race, and you are a downhill racer, sometimes you don't do the right thing.
Maybe, you think? I mean, blacking out in the middle of the course. I mean, he had 2 car accidents this summer. One was the Federation's car. One was a loaner Porsche that he's out with a little test drive for.
I always say nothing drives like a rental.
Exactly. Well, nothing's going to do damage to a back like a little car accident. He's had some back problems over the years. But I tell you, when he's on his skis the way he was in 2009, the World Championships, he is just a thing to watch. I mean, his great timing, his great sense of accuracy in the line.
He's followed in the footsteps of teammate Christof, an all-rounder, has 3 medals in 3 disciplines for the World Championships, and he is well up.
Exactly. You see the way he was standing up there. I think the line and the timing were really important to him there. He wasn't trying to get down low. He was just trying to ride a clean ski. He did exactly that.
This is a strong run from Innerhofer, who has never been better than 12th on this hill.
This has always been a technical course and a technician's course, but I think with these larger, rounder turns, even more so now. You've got to be on that edge, get the line set up perfectly, but not let the edges grind you down too much.
None of that is happening. It has been a tight race, and Innerhofer with a huge advantage now has to watch out for this compression just before the red tail.
I think mentally he's been stronger, more confident than he has been the last couple of years. You can see that in his skiing, tucked right through there.
This time around, skiing like he is unconscious. Innerhofer into the lead by nearly a second.
Wow, and that was some kind of run. You know, he built up his speed at the finish, but he also built up his confidence. The reason for it, because he nailed these turns after the talon. Watch the way he lengthens his body as he goes over this roller, keeps his skis glued to the ground, and a perfectly carved turn right there. Boy, that was building speed through some pretty tough turns up here.
The leader right now, Christof Innerhofer. Now comes Norway's Kjetil Jansrud. And this is a man who American Ted Liberty looks to for inspiration in the speed events. Jansrud, more of a giant slalom skier, broke out last year in his home country, winning a Super G, second place in a downhill, and Ted Ligety says that man somehow learned how to glide. They are at the same equipment, and so Ted Ligety now thinking, it'll be my turn.
Well, you know, that inspired Ted to do a lot more experimenting himself with his boots, with his cans, with his ski setup, because you've got to be close, you've got to be right in there. Look at Jansrud, fast off the flats. I mean, once he gets into the turns down here, this is his wheelhouse right in here.
Big surprise to see Jansrud come off the top, 1/10 in front of Innerhofer.
Sweet turn right there. See the way he laid on that right ski? Timing was perfect. Cut right in there. I mean, the timing has got to be perfect on these turns here if you're going to maintain speed. And he is really rolling on a clean edge.
Really, this year, unlike maybe last year where Brody Miller did a spectacular ski, there is an element of precision that cannot be missed on this hill today.
Well, I think that's partly because of the snow. The snow is so acceptable to an edge. I mean, it's not like you're bouncing around a pond ice. You're skiing on something that you really can't accomplish good enough turns on.
Reach out, Jansrud taking a more circuitous route, reflecting the time there, a half second off in the Golden Eagle. He just doesn't seem to have the pace anymore.
Well, I think it's a sense of line. I mean, you know, he's starting to pull himself back from a possible victory here, but this is still a darn good downhill run. Getting to the backseat right in here. Watch out for this progression in here.
Plowing through the well. Hasn't lost any of the aggression. Jansrud across the line. And enough for second place, but still a half second off the Italian Innerhofer. And here he is, the Viking, from hospital to hero in 2007, injured on this track, came back a year later to win it.
Got some thermal wind building up at the start. See those flags flapping, and if you're a racer and you feel that wind, you're just hoping that it's going to be a tailwind for you across this first 24-second flat.
We heard about it in training, coming from every which direction. Right now, though, it looks calm after he's gotten in between the trees.
You know what I think of Spindle on this course? You know, he's been fast here many times before, but he's never been a highlight reel. He's never been as outgoing on this run as, say, someone like Brody Miller when he won last year.
Maybe a little bit of a tailwind there, has the advantage.
Well, he just kills these turns right across the tail, but a little bit late there. See, wow, right on his tails. Had to pull out some strength there, and often in the soft snow here after a perfect training run yesterday, this is unusual to see him offline here today.
And no, Svindal does it through perfection. You don't see him making enormous recoveries and into trouble, but still with the lead.
Well, he just knows how to keep letting it roll. I think if he's going to try and build up some speed, he's going to have to nail this section through here and really carry it.
Speed just a little bit off, 112 kilometers. We've seen up to 117.
And this is a guy that's constantly monitoring his speed, constantly calculating his mistakes. And if he knows he's made one, he starts attacking the line, starts cutting it off, shortening the line he takes.
He's going to need a little pinch to get that time back, a half second to find, and a little bit more now.
Yeah, but he's got the bullet going down here in a nice tight line there. I mean, he's made up time on the bottom of this hill before.
Using his power, indeed, a very tight line off the red tail, a half second to find. Svindal, not enough, cuts his deficit in half, but the Italian still with the lead.
Yeah, interesting though that Svindal made up 0.3 of a second on the bottom, but I am really surprised after a perfect training run yesterday that he was so late in this first left-hand turn, back in the tails of his skis, and watch him across this side hill here, way down low, way in the soft snow. He is really pushing it here, and to me that is very, very unusual. He didn't get his line back, didn't really start skiing solid until down in the bottom here, and I think he had calculated what he needed to do. He really picked it up, gaining 0.3 in the lower part of the course.